Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against cheeks. I heard struggling to take.
Oh, chow. It appears that Meek was indeed Diddy's boy toy, since an audio recording of Meek pleading for his life after Diddy gave him a harsh peck on the cheeks just surfaced. The internet isn't going to forget anything and will always deliver receipts, that's for sure, honey. As you may recall, a few weeks back, Meek was accused of being Diddy's little twink. However, Meek refuted these claims and even began to threaten the speakers. It appears that he was talking too much since after some investigation, individuals discovered some evidence, which even Meek is unable to refute. In addition to the unsettling audio of Diddy beating him, there's an earlier song in which Meek openly confessed to getting weird with Diddy in exchange for a check. We have a lot to cover in this, so you guys had better settle in. Alright, so as most of you are probably aware by now, Diddy is now at large and is said to be hiding in the Caribbean islands after the federal government invaded and flooded his house in search of evidence that would allow them to finally put him behind bars. Now, his two kids, Christian and Justin, who were also involved in his shady activities, were placed into police cars while wearing handcuffs. As all of this was happening, Meek Mill became the center of attention instead of the raid, thanks to the leak of an audio tape showing Diddy beating Meek during one of their freak-out sessions by Diddy's former bodyguard. This caught a lot of people's attention because, only a few weeks prior, Meek was revealed to be Diddy's boy toy, something he vehemently denied and attempted to give the impression that he was being attempted to be less masculine. He was truly going above and beyond for Diddy the entire time, as like you couldn't make this up. For those of you who are unaware, a few weeks ago, a music producer by the name of Lil Rod filed a stunning multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Diddy for SA. In addition to implicating Diddy, he mentioned other parties in the lawsuit by name, including as Meek Mill, Usher, Young Miami, and Diddy's sons, Justin and Christian Combs. Justin and Miami were reportedly in league with Diddy, SAing a group of girls, and Miami was in charge of providing Diddy with these girls' illicit services. In exchange for Diddy giving them all the chances they desire in Hollywood, Rodney also went to expose Diddy for having sex with a few of the industry men. And at this point, as you can already surmise, Meek was at the top of the list of individuals who were willing to give Diddy a few opportunities. Rodney even claimed that Diddy admitted to him that, in exchange for Stevie J's promise to win Producer of the Year at the Grammy Awards, he forced Stevie J into an unusual session. This is where things start to get even more messy, since he also named Usher and Meek Mill as frequent attendees of these freak shows somewhere in the complaint. Unlike with everyone else, Rodney did not name Meek Mill and Usher in the lawsuit. Nonetheless, he provided some descriptions that included a great deal of precise information that effectively let everyone know who he was referring to. For example, he characterized Usher as a male R&B singer who performed at the Super Bowl and had a lucrative Vegas residency, and Meek as a rapper from Philadelphia who dated Nicki Minaj. I don't think I need to explain everything to you at this point, but Meek is a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki from 2015 to 2017. Additionally, Usher recently wrapped up a highly lucrative Vegas engagement that reportedly brought in over $100 million. And a few weeks ago, he did indeed perform at the Super Bowl. In any case, returning to Rodney's lawsuit, he stated that he saw Usher and Diddy repeatedly hooking up and having sexual relations with the girls that Justin and Young Miami would bring to him. Rodney remembered seeing Meek and Usher when they were at a party on Diddy's yacht, playing around with multiple girls. According to the lawsuit, rapper Meek was seen hanging out with S-workers and underage girls on Combs' yacht. And recall what I mentioned about Diddy telling Rodney that he forced Stevie J to have a sexual relationship with him. It appears that Diddy told Stevie directly, as reported by Rodney, so it wasn't just Stevie, said he had also had multiple hookups with Meek and Usher. According to the lawsuit, Mr. Combs told Mr. Jones that he had slept with Stevie J, Redacted, an R&B singer, and a rapper named Redacted. People instantly took to social media to criticize Diddy and Meek for their actions since they were so unhappy with what they had been doing with Usher and Meek. In a frantic attempt to defend himself, Meek began to spiral on social media and tweeted a lot, but people weren't having it. "I would trash any celebrity who tried a wild move on me," he declared. "No pictures. Go really crazy for them. And that's it. I'm a Philadelphia dude. My guys always keep an eye on me in this crazy industry." That post was altered by every black blog site to make me appear gay. "I donate millions of dollars, and I change legislation for our people." They aim to demolish the reputation of African American leaders. However, it won't work for me. You truly have to kill me, and even when I die, I will continue to grow. Not me. This man. LOL. Additionally, he and DJ Academics, who was merely covering news, got into a heated Twitter feud. Just picture attacking a person who is simply going about his business. It's absurd. Even more absurd is the fact that Meek ran his mouth on Twitter for hours before, at last, he responded to these accusations. "I'm from Philly," he said. "I don't like weird ASS Molly or Coke. My weight prevents anyone from even offering me a drink. I've never had a man or anything contact me regarding homosexual activities, and nothing gets flipped. Funny how I woke up to see this on every blog as if they knew I was coming." Following this, people started to back off because they didn't want Meek to continue spiraling out of control, and it was obvious as day that he was about to have a mental breakdown. That is, until an audio recording of Diddy beating Meek was released by the rapper's former security. Child, I was really taken aback when the audio initially played. It was really unsettling to listen to, aside from the fact that the voices on the tape closely resemble Meek and Diddy. Meek was shouting at the top of his lungs, giving the impression that he was in great pain, while Diddy continued, "As you may imagine, I'm unable to play the entire audio for you all due to its extreme sensitivity. However, I will allow you to hear a small portion of it." The ex-bodyguard issue has since created a whole video explaining how the audio was recorded and leaked. He claimed that during one of Diddy's freakouts, he was startled to see Meek and chose to lean against the door to film what he was hearing, letting Diddy beat him in this manner. He claimed that Diddy had purposefully tainted everyone's drinks at the celebration so they would be too inebriated to continue. However, he abstained from alcohol, which is why he was sober enough to observe what he and Meek were doing. Woo, cool.
Spike, son. Like, all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was passed the out. I don't drink, so I was playing that shit off like I don't fucking drink. I smoke. Like, I smoke and I had my own weed, but, like, everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against cheeks. I heard struggling to take. I heard it's being like, "Yeah, daddy." Like when he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling. Like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all that shit because I was like, "This Diddy."
Everybody kind of knew back in the day that Meek Mills and Puff was a little too friendly. Anytime two rappers or two people in the industry come dressed up alike on more than one occasion.
Do you guys still have that video of Meek in the water with his beef hurry cocked slightly, like he was attempting to relieve some pain? Diddy continued to rave about Meek's hard work while recording him and referring to him as daddy. I don't know about the rest of you, but it appears like he disrespected Meek in that bedroom just before the video was shot. In response, someone said, "Looks like a private pool party. Me lowering the temperature in that pit. Meek Mill chilling those cheeks after putting in that labor," someone else added. To exacerbate the situation, Meek was discovered to be following a corn page on Twitter, which only shares videos of blackmailers harassing one another. Perhaps he was attempting to pick up some new roles for Diddy. Who knows? But he quickly unfollowed the page as soon as anyone noticed him. As if all of this evidence wasn't enough to convict, Meek appeared to have admitted to getting his cheeks smacked by Diddy in an old song that was accidentally released online in an attempt to get into Hollywood. The song is about him going back to plead for forgiveness for what he did with Diddy after chasing his ambitions and attempting to succeed in Hollywood. Just give this a listen. Perhaps he was attempting to pick up some new roles for Diddy. Who knows? But he quickly unfollowed the page as soon as anyone noticed him. As if all of this evidence wasn't enough to convict, Meek appeared to have admitted to getting his cheeks smacked by Diddy in an old song that was accidentally released online in an attempt to get into Hollywood. The song is about him going back to plead for forgiveness for what he did with Diddy after chasing his ambitions and attempting to succeed in Hollywood. Just give this a listen. Heck out of Meek for a very long period, and Meek was powerless to stop it because he believed Diddy would advance his career if he made his body available to him. That clearly didn't last long, given how disorganized Meek's career is. After learning of his relationship with Diddy, he was fired by his label. His final record was a complete commercial failure, and he is being shunned by the industry. People had a lot to say about this, as usual. Like this guy who expressed, "It's astounding how many of our black men are subjecting their bodies and minds to unnatural experiences. I should never have heard that sound." Someone else commented, "After listening to that audio, I feel violated. Horrifying. But now I'd like to hear what you think. What are your thoughts on Meek receiving a pat on the cheeks from Diddy to open doors in Hollywood? Do you guys also believe that Meek is just another one of Diddy's sadistic victims? Did he really like it, or what? You all knew what had to be done. Please share your opinions in the space provided for comments below. And remember to visit this link. Remember to click this link to view this other extremely clumsy video. Upgrade to Pro right now.